It's week 1 of the National Football League, and we've got a couple teams searching for their first Super Bowl. It's the Texans and the Titans under the lights on Sunday night.
Well, it may be a bit soggy, but that certainly hasn't deterred this fan base. A great crowd on hand to battle the raindrops at Nissan Stadium in Nashville. Tonight, it's the Sunday night opener for the new NFL season between the Houston Texans and the Tennessee Titans. Brandon Gaudin alongside, as always, my partner Charles Davis. And CD, in the few moments here before kickoff, let's give these folks at home a look at these two offenses by the numbers. What stands out to you?
Brandon, I just continue to be amazed by the analytics of the game, and it's an area where I continue to concentrate and study because
it's the marquee game of opening weekend, and off we go on a Sunday night on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. So here are the Titans now for their first drive. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
I still remember back in 2013 when he was drafted out of West Virginia. He was coming off of back-to-back 4,000-yard seasons for the Mountaineers. Hadn't seen as much game time in recent years, but at one point, a capable starter in the NFL.
Smith going to go to the air first play. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Now it's Smith. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. They dial up the corner blitz that time, and it delivers to the tune of a 9-yard loss.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. He'll send this up into the Nashville skyline, and it's a good one. So a change of possession here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his 2nd year in the NFL now.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive, first down. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we could at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, and that's a run born out of ferociousness. He took on that initial contact and in his mind just screamed, "Out of my way," and kept right on going and wound up turning it into a big play.
Right back to him on first down. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, it's Stroud. And that'll be incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Stroud here on 3rd and long. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Titans will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. Off of play action, here's Smith. He's got it complete, Derrick Henry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. A quick 1st down pickup. Good start after going 3 and out on their opening drive.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backside of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got my oh, he just snuck out there, and he's got a nice 1st down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on 1st down. A 1st down carry for Henry. And some space here. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big run there, 29 yards and a 1st.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 42-yard line. Again, it's Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Smith. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down.
The drive had started well after a punt last time. Now it's slowed down a bit, and let's face it, they don't want to punt the ball in back-to-back series. They want a sustained drive on this one.
Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Geno now to throw. And he'll get this underneath to Henry. And a good job on the tackle there as they get him down shy of the 1st on the 35-yard strike. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
Boswell's kick is good. And the Titans hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. So now we get set to see Houston for their 2nd drive of the ball game. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in Week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
And the throw there going to be incomplete. On his Presley Harvin now as he'll send this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it'll be Titan football. Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. From the 39, Smith. A check down here for Henry. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47.
I like his focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need one. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
They keep it with Henry on first down. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. From the 50, it's Smith. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. Buying time to his left. And he's left with no option here. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback. Houston set to take over. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. And some room to roam now. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That good for 22 and a first down. Thought they were going to have him down a lot earlier, but he was able to shed that tackle.
Shows the value of the weight room, doesn't it? Shows the value of the attitude when you run the football. Don't go down easily. Break a few tackles. Gain some additional yardage.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. First down, they go right back to Pierce. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. On 2nd down, here's Pierce. And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. Stroud on 3rd down now. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. They begin with Henry, and he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Throwing now is Geno. And this one too low. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now Smith. And incomplete on the deep ball. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Texans will take over. And now out comes Houston. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. Well, just the last thing you want to see here in the first quarter of a new season. Hopefully nothing serious. We'll step aside for a moment. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Give left side for Pierce. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans 19. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play. A first red zone opportunity the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's not easy playing the corner, is it? A lot of times you got to defend against the pass, but sometimes you have to play against the run. How about the job he did there, crashing inside to make that tackle for a loss.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Pierce now up the middle. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Stroud. Got a man and he hits him in stride. Touchdown, Texans. A 16-yard touchdown. And the Texans have taken the lead. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his 2nd season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive.
Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And the Texans scoop it. And they can't bring him down. And they'll spot him at the 3-yard line. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you. All right? So if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
Here's Pierce. Will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. Again, it's Pierce, and this time he's not going anywhere. In fact, he'll lose yardage back to the 3. They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
Sometimes I forget how much information he has to go through before the ball's even snapped, but what a diagnosis right there. Saw the play, shot through the gap like a rocket, ends up spilling it for a loss.
3rd and goal, Stroud. Touchdown! A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as his guys are able to extend their lead. CD for them, this has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. Out come the Titans now. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense. You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Second down, they go again with Henry. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Smith. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Stroud sets up the play action. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. The second down throw now from Stroud. And he whips that one incomplete there. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Stroud working out of the gun. Got A man over the middle, and it's complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And the Texans first down.
Now this offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. A run for Pierce out of the gun. And he's going to be brought down inside the 45 at the 43. Here's Stroud. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 25-yard line. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. 1st and 10, it's Stroud. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the Titans' 18-yard line.
2nd down and 3. And Stroud now to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he is out of bounds, looks like right at the 15. On the bootleg, Stroud. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete.
And based on my...
Lovie Smith, he's seen plenty of challenges in his time as a coach, and he's going to throw the red flag on this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So Lovie saw things correctly, and he wins that challenge. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Titans offense now, they get ready to do battle again here. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Here's Smith. Throw caught by Raymond. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
A gain of 9 yards.
They'll try the right side with Henry. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. They'll run it again with Henry. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. The Titans on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. He finds his man, complete. That's Phillips. And he will have a Titans first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report, but business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Now a dump off here complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Throwing again is Smith. He's got Derrick Henry again, back-to-back catches. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Smith, flush to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. From the gun, here's Smith. Open man is Raymond. He's got it. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A chance for a first touchdown drive of the year. It's 1st and goal. Now Geno. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here. Smith now to throw. And it's caught. That catch good for 8, but still, it's 3rd and goal now. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. Now the defense going to use the 1st of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Now it's Chris Boswell on for the field goal try. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. Boswell's kick is good, and that'll get the deficit down to 15. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This one taken just inside the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And some room to work. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. They'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And here's a handoff out of the gun. And he takes it past the 45 and down at the 46. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Going for it with Pierce. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. So we've reached halftime here in our initial Sunday night telecast of the new season. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis, where it was the visiting Bucs who were able to come in and win one on the road. Devin Singletary, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way. Next, we head up to the Windy City. Check on the Bears at home, Soldier Field. And they were winners in that ball game over the visiting Cleveland Browns. Justin Fields, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. And then on Monday night, folks, you are in for a treat. They've got a good one lined up between the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in the first half for the Texans. And it was important for them to get the season off on the right foot. And they've done just that, thanks to a very solid outing by their passing offense thus far. And meanwhile, for the Titans, they did not have quite the same amount of success in the passing game that their counterparts did, as you get a look at the numbers there.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. Takes it at the 7. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And the Texans getting ready to go here to begin the third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I liked what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Pierce takes it straight ahead. They got 5 through the air last play, now 5 on the ground. 1st and 10.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Stroud to the air on 1st and 10. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Play action. Here's Stroud. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. 1st and 10, it's Pierce. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Now Stroud. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Stroud to throw it. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans 33. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed in the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Stroud now on 1st and 10. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Throwing now is Stroud. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
A gain of 9 yards. And the Texans first down.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Now a handoff for Pierce. And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Ball at the 9 on 2nd and 8. They go again with Pierce. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. Now here's Stroud on 3rd down. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. With now 3 weeks Week 1 touchdowns. And the Texans are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. So this looking more and more like it is going to be a successful kickoff to their campaign as they add on here.
And partner, you know NFL coaches, they're on the sideline thinking about all the little things that need correcting. But for the most part, they've got to be ecstatic with the way this season has started out.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. The Titans offense gears up for their first possession of the second half. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Henry. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Geno now to throw. A check down here for Henry. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw is Smith. And that is incomplete. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And they will take over 1st and 10. And here comes the Texans now. Well, the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next. This is just more of the same. This defense has had no answer on a lot of these throws. They've let these receivers run wild, and here's another completion for good yardage.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. On 1st down, here's Stroud. And he floats one there, incomplete. 2nd 10 coming up here in Nashville. 3rd quarter action. Stroud looking to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Pierce will try to pick it up. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns. But guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Pierce gets this one running right. And not much running room. Down to the 32. They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. Stroud on 3rd down now. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Blankenship's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So this one, Charles, it's only the third quarter, but they appear to be well on their way to victory.
I would say so, because a one-score lead you don't even count, but a two-score lead, you know it can evaporate in an instant. 3 scores, feeling good, but you know it's not over yet. But now, they've got a 4-score cushion. I think you can feel pretty confident in the fact this is going to go your way.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Throwing on third down, Smith. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? Third down, they just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This is fielded at the 27. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a first down.
And if anyone thinks they're just going to tuck their horns in and pull back off the throttle a little bit, you can forget it. Even with this big third quarter lead, I think this team's going to continue to take their shots downfield, and there's another completion.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. It'll be a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll also be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Nashville. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. And they'll go play action here with Stroud. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Texans are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth quarter lead. Well, Charles, no matter what the prognosticators say before the season, whether they think you're going to be good, bad, or somewhere in the middle, you never quite know how week 1 is going to play out. But for them, it has been an impressive performance, and they are well on their way to a 1-0 start.
Yeah, it's a lot like opening up presents, isn't it, partner? You're not quite sure what's inside, but you're hopeful, right? In this case, exactly what they were looking for, exactly what they need.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From the 10. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Tennessee offense set to go again. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. These fans just kind of beside themselves right now. Now Geno on first down. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Phillips. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Smith on first down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and that will bring up second down. Throwing now is Geno. Pass incomplete. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Smith throwing again. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
Well, I wish this staff luck as they try to find positives about this performance by their offense as we move through the early part of the 4th quarter. That sack, the latest example. Down by a boatload, this offense simply can't keep up, and the quarterback is still taking hits. I'd get the backups in there if it were me.
Desperation time for Smith on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Titans try it, but ultimately they fail on 4th down. And the Texans take over an excellent field position. Well, you feel the excitement build on those 4th down plays. Defense has to stay out there, but for the offense, when that thing doesn't work out, such disappointment.
It can absolutely be a deflator, but how about the defensive guys? If they stop you on 4th down, they are absolutely elevated going to their bench.
They're elevated now. Big stop on 4th down. Give to Pierce. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. 102 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener. And carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
1st and 10, it's Stroud. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Pierce. A nice display of powerful running, but it takes him only to the 7. He's dropped there. Stroud now on 3rd and 2. To the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the 1st down. Stroud. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. From 4 yards out. And the Texans continue to run up the score. They lead it big here in the 4th. Well, CD, I mean, simply put, if anyone around the league wasn't paying attention to them to start the season, they will be heading into Week 2. This has been an impressive Week 1 performance.
They've certainly announced that they are ready to go, haven't they? They wanted to send a message out to the rest of the league. You better put your eyes on us. We may be someone you have to reckon with.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience. Now a 1st down throw. It's Smith. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Smith. Throw caught by Raymond. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Out of the gun, Smith. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. To the air again, Smith. Open man is McMath. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd.
Now Gino. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Setting up the screen for Haskins. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. A couple of 1st downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on 1st down. From the gun, here's Smith. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. On 2nd and 10, Smith. And this one is incomplete. Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. Throwing again is Smith. And that will be incomplete. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now, as he's on to punt for Tennessee. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. Houston's offense taking over again. They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the 4th quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
9 yards, and that leaves them just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Play action. Stroud now. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Finally hauled down for the first time this game. Multiple defenders in there to drop him. And just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. 35 yards that time on the punt, and we have reached the 2-minute warning. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. Throwing is Smith. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Smith. Phillips has it, running the out route. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Smith going to throw on 3rd and 1. Over the middle, complete. That's Schultz. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Here's a throw. And Henry's hit. He lost the football. And the Texans say they have it. They do.
First down, Texans.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. And this has been quite a performance to kick off the new year on the road, no less, as they try to finish things off here in the fourth quarter. They'll start on the ground with Pierce. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Hands it off out of the gun. And a minimal gain here as he's up to about the 47-yard line.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. It's a gain of 2 yards. And it's 3rd.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand-new season, but this was a division game here in Week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for the Texans, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they'll have another road date next week with the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints.
It's Madden NFL 23. And up next are the Texans, reigning league MVP. You can't...
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3 cornerback.
And he comes off an incredible performance in the opener. 5 touchdown passes. Now look, you always want to start strong. But I think that's more than anyone, including himself, could have expected.
On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Another carry for Pierce.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
On 3rd down, here's Pierce.
And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
The Texans at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And this would be quite a start for them if they could win 2 straight on the road.
Yeah, the schedule makers didn't do him any favors. They gave him 2 road games right out of the gate, but the thinking on the team has to be, imagine if we win these 2 games. What a setup for the rest of the season for us.
Stroud off the play fake.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 8 catches, 94 yards.
And they think they have a matchup advantage in this one. They're going to try and find some space for him to work and make sure he touches the football.
Stroud sets up the play action.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
Now here's Stroud on 3rd down.
Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 43.
Give left side for Pierce.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Here's Stroud.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 26. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first.
Really a solid start here on the opening drive, Charles. He's now 4-4, and they're already in plus territory.
Brandon, he's been so precise to start this game, like we're watching an operation taking place right now. Master surgeon at work.
They'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Play action. Here's Stroud.
And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions. Have them looking at 3rd and 10.
Stroud on 3rd down now.
And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down.
Blankenship's kick is good.
And it's now 3-0 Texans.
So the opening drive does yield points. Maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points.
So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 2nd-year quarterback.
And there was a positive in last week's loss. No interceptions thrown by him. but he only threw one touchdown pass, and you know he wants that to improve. He might even consider that as part of the reason that they couldn't take the win last time out. I believe we'll see a more aggressive version of him this week whenever they're nearing the end zone.
Richardson to the air on first down. Now this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20.
Holding, offense.
They get the former number 6 overall pick, Quentin Nelson, out of Notre Dame that time. Running straight ahead, Taylor. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. So they'll walk him back half the distance. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. We take a look at his numbers on the ground last week. Pretty good as he found himself in the end zone on 2 separate occasions.
And those are the most important numbers because no matter what you pile up prior to the goal line, getting in is all that matters. Putting those numbers up on the board, and they love them when they're 6s.
Richardson working from the gun. Pass out left, caught by Woods. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. On third down, here's Richardson. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. He couldn't get away there on third down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. And they'll go play action here with Stroud. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Stroud now on 1st and 10. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. Pierce now up the middle. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
They'll run here with Pierce. And this time they were ready for it as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. they'll go right back to Pierce. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. They were held to a field goal on their first drive. They want 6 now, but it's 3rd and goal. 3rd and goal, Stroud. And that will be caught, but Lovie Smith, he's seen plenty of challenges in his time as a coach, and he's going to throw the red flag on this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How's the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So Lovie saw things correctly, and he wins that challenge. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away. This one fielded at the 5. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Richardson looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you come in off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're looking sharp, out early to a 10-zip lead and looking for more as they've got it 1st and 10. The drive starts with a completion left side, and they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. 1st and 10, it's Stroud. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. On 2nd down, it's Stroud. Over the middle, it's complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 35.
A gain of 14. 1st down, Houston.
10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. Texans football to start quarter 2. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And they'll run with Pierce. 42 yards on the ground for him so far. Now Stroud. His throw caught at about the 5. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That one goes for 24 yards.
Well, from an offense's perspective, that sure was pretty because the corner route, it's extremely difficult to defend from my perspective.
What we just saw there, is that sort of the evolution of the tight end position?
Yeah, I think it is because more and more, tight ends are being treated like wide receivers. These are some agile players who can make a play in any spot on the field.
Touchdown, Texans! A great effort there.
His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead.
So this offensive unit, yeah, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And that makes our score 17-0.
Colts, nothing.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Indianapolis offense ready to go again.
They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive.
Oh, good move. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
13 yards on the play. That's good for a Colts.
Back to Taylor on first down.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
1st and 10, Taylor now.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor.
3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
And Richardson back to throw it.
Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
This offense is starting to get into rhythm. A nice quick throw there on target, able to pick up another 1st down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
On the handoff, running left, Moss.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
On 2nd down, it's Moss again.
And some room to maneuver.
What a great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 13-yard line. Nice run.
That good for 19 and a 1st down.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been a running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a 1st down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
And that nearly trouble, but it's incomplete. The rookie had it and lost it, and it'll be 2nd down.
Got a man, it's Pittman, and he holds it in for the Colts touchdown. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Colts get a bit closer. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Dameon Pierce taking the field with the rest of the Texans offense. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. Throwing now is Stroud. Now he'll escape, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
That's a pretty darn good start to this season. A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
The Texans on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be third and forever. Stroud here on third and long. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
Rodgers to return it. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Indy set to go on offense once more. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've gotten pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. 2 yards is the pickup, and they'll give the Colts a first down.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short, that's what you're supposed to do. Like you said, old school, smash mouth football. They'll run the toss here with Taylor. He'll get this up to about the 44. On 2nd down, here's a run with Moss. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on 1st down. Richardson shotgun on 3rd down. And he'll just get rid of it. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at about the 14. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Texans will take over. So here are the Texans to take over. They were winners last week over Tennessee, and they've got the lead here as well. They start this drive out 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Stroud to throw it. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll go down. Stroud.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On first down, here's Stroud.
Now they go screen. It's complete. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down.
Stroud will look to throw once more.
And incomplete on the deep ball. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
Stroud looking to throw.
And he comes back with one complete.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Stroud to the air on 1st and 10.
And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Again, it's Stroud.
And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Stroud.
Going right side here, and that's complete.
And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts' 31-yard line. Here's Stroud. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. 31 yards. And the Texans will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Now Blankenship on for the PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. A 10-play drive that time. And the result, a Houston touchdown. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. The Colts going to take over now late in this first half. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. Richardson on 2nd and 10. The throw on target to his receiver, McKenzie. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. And he'll find Pittman. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. 1st and 10, it's Richardson.
His throw incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
And Richardson looks to throw once more. He'll drop this down to Taylor. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Richardson on the bootleg here. This one completes Alec Pierce. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
That's good for a Colts.
1st and 10, Richardson looks to throw it. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Texans are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. Boy, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball, because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with 5 seconds to go, this will likely be our final play. 1st and 10, it's Pierce. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And he's going to be taken down here, as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll start with a battle right here in Florida. Jacksonville heading south to take on Tampa Bay. And that's been a back-and-forth game, all tied in the second quarter. From there, it's off to Chicago. Check on the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Minnesota Vikings. Ezekiel Elliott has run for a touchdown there. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou. Check in on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. And that game is tied as they take on the visiting Tennessee Titans. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats for the Texans in that first half. And they've definitely been able to exploit some holes in that opposing secondary, as they threw for close to 200 yards in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Colts, we check on their numbers on the ground in the first half, as they know they'll need to be better to overcome this halftime deficit.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Taken at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for anyone?
In a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Jalen Petrie picks it off, and the Texans are going to take possession of the football. That one is going to sting. First play of the third quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this third quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter. And they'll have good field position here following the interception and a chance to build on their lead as they start with a 1st and 10. And he is going to lose yardage here. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustment, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But it looks like they're ready to go.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Wide open receiver complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
That's a big gainer on that play. And from experience, I can tell you, that's where defensive backs will come into the huddle and say, guys, how about some pass rush? But you're going to say it nicely because those big guys up front, they don't like being criticized very much. Quarterbacks in this league, you know they'll pick you apart if you give them time like that to find receivers downfield.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 2 yards on the pickup there, and it's second down.
He's the epitome of what we call the move tight end, a guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight, doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch.
On second down, here's Pierce.
Just a couple on the ground there. That's going to bring up third and about 6.
Stroud on third down now.
That's complete right around the 8. A gain of 2, just like we saw on first and second down as well. Deuce is wild.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin this second half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
And he won't quite make it to the 25.
And the Colts getting ready to go.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And that is incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
On third down, here's Richardson.
He finds Taylor, complete.
Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
A gain of 8 there on the play, and it'll be fourth down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today.
Holding, receiving team.
So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10.
Stroud now on 1st and 10.
He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got a man, complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Pass interference. Defense.
So they will wave off the flag and let the completion stand.
Really great job by the receiver fighting through all the contact and still coming down with the football. All that great work in practice being put into the game.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud.
And a quick throw here. That's complete.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line. Now here's Stroud on 3rd down.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a first down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Pierce takes it straight ahead.
And they get him down at the 1. He had the broken tackle, but ultimately could not get into the end zone.
Again, it's Pierce. And good work there defensively as they're able to keep him out of the end zone. About a half yard from the end zone, 3rd and goal. Here's Pierce. Is into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. So the second down run didn't work. They run it again on 3rd down and get in. I wasn't sure if they might pass it, Charles. We know that they like to mix it up down here around the goal line.
Yeah, almost felt like the offensive line said, forget mixing it up. Let's call our favorite running play over our best blockers, and let's get this one in.
Blankenship out for the point after.
And that stretches the lead to 27. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told.
And it was Dameon Pierce closing things out with a touchdown run.
Out is the Texans kick team as they'll send this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
I would say they went 3 and out last time, but actually they didn't even get to 3 and out. Still a strange decision to us here in the booth.
Yeah, let's hope they don't go 1 and out, but maybe, possibly, let's try and think with them here. Try and play field position maybe, turn the ball over, put it in the hands of their defense. Who knows?
You're a nice man. Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Tackled at the 25-yard line.
On the counter, it's Taylor.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Again, it's Taylor. The 71 yards rushing for him now to this point. And they'll go to the air now with Richardson. Quick slant here to Woods. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Richardson to the air on 1st down.
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
He had 3 of those sacks last week en route to being the AFC Defensive Player of the Week 1 right there. How do you block him now?
That's the question you think that they'd be able to answer. After having 3 the week before, you would make all the necessary adjustments in practice, but he's such an imposing force, he knows how to get to the quarterback anyway.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Richardson working from the gun. That's complete to Pierce. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. 7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Here's Richardson.
Dancing to his left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. The defense rising to the challenge and setting them back on the sack.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback.
Houston set to take over.
They have picked up right where they left off in half number 1, just looking really dominant, extending this lead.
And it's fun to see when teams actually do that, because so many times you go into the half after playing well, and you kind of relax a little bit. We've got this. We can kind of punch the button whenever we get good and ready. But for a team to keep the intensity and keep the execution up and come back after the half and play so well, that's actually really, nice to see.
And a pedal to the metal. That's what we're seeing right now. Before they can snap it, time runs out on this third quarter of play. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Indianapolis. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2.
Partner, one thing I was lousy at growing up, track and field, I could never anticipate the start before a race, but how about that backer? He figured it out, jumped the count, and turned it into a really nice play for his defense.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage, it'll be back at the 36.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That good for 22 and a first down.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one.
This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. Give left side for Pierce.
And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Now to change things up, Stroud will throw it.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 23. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the 4th quarter.
A run here with Pierce. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Stroud off the play fake.
And a throw right sideline is complete. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, this is a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
He gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
3rd and goal, Stroud.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. They're able to hold him to 3 there, and that leads to a 4th and goal.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it.
Blankenship's kick is good.
And that will extend their lead even further. So it was 4th and 1 down in the red zone, but they elect to take just the 3.
And I'm a little surprised that that's how they decided to play it, that they didn't go for it there. But sometimes just take those 3 points and put them in your pocket. I just have one question for you, partner.
Okay.
Hip pocket or back pocket?
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
The Colts now, their offense works their way back onto the field.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Richardson now on 2nd down. Over the middle. Pierce has it knocked loose. And the Texans scoop it. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The Texans getting set here to take over again on offense. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery. Pierce now up the middle. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. And now a stoppage, and looks like we have a Colt who was shaken up on that last play. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. And they'll go play action here with Stroud. And he's got his man in stride, complete. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
They got completion there. That's clearly an example of one side happy, the other side not very happy. Defense, hey, take 1 or 2 yards. We're good with that. Offense, you got to expect to get more on the passing play.
Give to Pierce. Down at the 25.
The tackle by Isaiah Rodgers. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line.
Holding. Offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And not much running room. Down to the 32.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. A 3-yard pickup.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to make it 4th down. Blankenship's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, after that last sequence, they're sitting pretty comfortably. They force the fumble, get the field goal, and expand on that lead here in the second half.
And don't expect them to rest on their laurels after that kick either. They'll keep their effort up until the final whistle. They don't consider any lead safe.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. Well, the Colts now, they're ready to get the football back. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
1st and 10. Here's Richardson with it. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least it'll be fourth down. As Sanchez on to punt here as he sends this one away. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one maybe his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And able to get it across the 10 to the 15. They needed some breathing room. He gave it to them. 11 yards and a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
First down, they go right back to Pierce. And they'll be stopped right at the 30. On a play that started back at the 15, they pick up 15.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Houston, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they'll be back home next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for the Colts, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers.